is biblical plurality of elders / pastors who practice church discipline. The reason why we say that is because we had a problem with that in our previous church. When Matthew, I think I texted this right before we split, where if church discipline is not administered, the wolves run rampant and devour the sheep. And the reason why we also say plurality of elders or plurality of pastors, first of all, most of the Greek in the Bible, when it talks about elders, overseers, shepherds, presbyteros, it's usually in the plural form. It's almost never in just the word pomeno, which is where we get the word pastor. Pomeno is in the singular form, but it is the least most used word throughout the Bible. And it talks about how we need to be under a plurality of pastors, because currently right now in America, there is the CEO structure of running a church where there is just one head pastor and no one else. Who's gonna hold the head pastor accountable?
Yeah.
And that was our problem when we split. So
yeah, you can run into a lot of issues with that, but it just, again, this point is more, I know we went kind of in depth on it just because of our experience. That is something we would look for in a church. But as for just if you're just starting out, what this point would mean is just pay attention to the leadership structure of the church.
Yes.
Because at first we didn't even think about leadership structure. I mean, we thought pastor preaches the sermons, right? That's kind of it. But when you go into the leadership structure and you start running into a lot of things are this church has female deacons, and we personally don't think that's biblical, but just overall, you start okay, that shows you something about the beliefs of that church.
Yes.
So if you have plurality of elders, and it wouldn't always, we would have exceptions. Right now, one of the churches where the pastor is our close friend in Italy, he's the only pastor there.
Yes.
But there are circumstances when you are not able to get a plurality of elders.
Yeah.
He desires it, but it's just not feasible right now for the church and for, having another pastor come over. But,
he has an active job posting about it too.
Yeah, but just overall that it's not we're okay, this church has only one pastor, we would not walk into it. No, there's always reasons for it, but if we're coming into a church that's been established for 50 years and it's okay, it has always had this leadership structure of one pastor, women on the council board and all of that, that would be a red flag for us, just from our experience and how the church has to be led by ordained men and not people who are not even in ministry but just ended up being there,
not qualified. Yes.
Again.
Yes.
Yeah, so that would be the first one.